I've been a docent here at the Moss Museum for over 5 years. I started here the day it opened its doors. We're going to talk a little bit about what hatred is and what it can do, okay? Follow me. Many people who are non-Jewish come to learn about the Jewish community.
My goal today is for our kids to see that they're not the only ones who have been mistreated. And the museum is a living proof. These people went through this and they're okay. And they're learning how to be better, and they're learning how to continue to love one another. And that's what I want them to take.
And so we find through this museum a commonality among all peoples. We can celebrate our differences and yet all still be Americans and support this country and what it stands for. And that's what this museum is all about.
My father was in Montefiore for almost 2 years with dementia. In June of 2010, he developed aspiration pneumonia and was hospitalized for 4 days. And when he came back to Montefiore, it was very clear that he was not recovering, that his body was starting to shut down. At that point, my mother and I made the decision with the absolutely wonderful hospice people that we met with. It was a team of hospice people that Dad would go into hospice with a do not resuscitate order. They cared about not only my father's welfare, but our welfare as a family.
Montefiore has created a unique, warm, family-like atmosphere.
And if I had to sum up the Montefiore Hospice, that would be it, kind and compassionate.
Michael is 45 years old. He has fragile marker X syndrome, which is the second most common form of retardation. I called with a SOS. Mike was, I believe, 22, because I felt I just couldn't handle him by myself anymore. Mike eventually moved into an apartment with Donnie, and really, that saved my life. Jewish Family Service came to my rescue, honestly. They helped us find the apartment, matched me up with Don's parents, and Don's mother held my hand through it. I mean, we were both in a tough situation. It was difficult for us to let go. It was difficult for us to have these guys at home. Knowing that Mike is with JFSA, I really sleep much better, because I feel that when the time comes, Mike will be taken care of, and that's a big concern for any parent.
My name is Kathleen Nicole Nikki Keach, and I am 19 years old. I started at Monarch School about a couple years ago.
We came up here and toured the facilities, and left thinking that this is where she needed to be.
She came here from an institution. She was wearing pull-ups. She couldn't stay awake to finish a sentence. She was 150 pounds. You know, and she's beautiful.
We were able to work with Nikki and graduate her to a program where she's able to work in the community and hold a job, and also being able to live independently.
It was a miracle, really. Just a miracle.
That's why it's so hard to talk about it, because it was such an intervention. To see how she is now and functioning in the community, it's just been an incredible journey.
There's not enough words to express our gratitude. I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done for our family.
As an intern at the Federation, I was there strengthening and growing Jewish Cleveland. We need to target young professionals and find ways to get people my age back here in Cleveland and excited about living here. We're just gaining some steam right now. Let me tell you, with J-Cle, with Hillel here in town, and now we have this beautiful building that we're in, a real mecca for Jews all across the country to take a look at, and a real federation on top of the hill. It's a fun place to be for young Jewish Clevelanders.
Camp Wise has been around since 1907. It's the Jewish overnight camp of the Mandel Jewish Community Center of Cleveland. What we're trying to do here at camp is to grow the next generation of Jewish leaders.
Well, as a fourth generation camper at Camp Wise, I would definitely see that it's part of my future. When I have kids, they're definitely going to go to camp.
The best part about Camp Wise is having sleepovers with like your best friends every single night.
Instead of having one annoying brother, I have 13 amazing sisters.
I've made a lot of friends at camp.
I think the best part of camp for me is just being able to be as crazy and silly and fun and loud as you want. It's really nice to be able to like go to services on Shabbat, and they're always really nice because we have the chapel in the woods.
When you have some like cabin activities, like learning about Judaism and stuff, like it makes you feel like good about your religion.
This is where they develop their personal connection to Judaism, and to me, camp is where kids are going to decide whether they're going to continue having Judaism be an important part of their life or not.
It's just very important to me that it stays part of who I am.
Thank you, Jewish Federation of Cleveland, for all that you've done for Camp Wise.
Camp Wise, Camp Wise, Camp Wise, Camp Wise.
I would tell donors that you have literally saved my son's life and my life.
To all the donors, we can only say thank you.
Thank you, Jewish Federation of Cleveland, for helping me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jewish Federation of Cleveland.
This is how the Jewish community takes care of its own.